Alrighty. Let's go. Today is March 11th. Coming to you from beautiful Medellin, Colombia. Welcome to the Saxton Show. It is episode 14. If you haven't yet subscribed to the show, leave a like, hit that notification bell because we are rocking, we are rolling, and things have been going so smooth lately. What are we talking about today? Let's hop straight into it. High value man traits. Man, this is something that I've been really learning a lot lately. Whether you're watching me on YouTube right now, whether you're watching me on Facebook, a lot of the energy that I've been putting into lately has all been on YouTube. I've been posting videos every single day on my YouTube channel. I haven't really been on Instagram too much lately. I've been really here focusing on producing the best content possible. And one of the things that I've really tailored my business towards and my energy towards is this idea of becoming a high value man. For many of you, you know that I've worked with Bob Proctor for over 2 years, and it completely changed my life. And over the phase between 24 to 26 years old, there were so many things that I made mistakes as a young man that now I'm like, wow, there's so many other young men that are going through the same struggles that I am and was going through. And so in today's video, we're going to be talking about is the high value man. What is a high value man? What are the traits, both hard traits and soft traits? That way that young men can go out there and become the best versions of themselves. If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Saxton, and I teach young men how to become the best versions of themselves when it comes to their wealth, when it comes to the relationship with their friends, with women, and when it comes to the relationship with themselves. So without further ado, let's hop straight into it. So let's go ahead and let's start off. What is the word high value man? You know, that's a word that gets tossed around a lot. And to be honest, until I started studying this material, I didn't even know what a high value man was. I want you guys to think of a high value man as a guy like James Bond. A guy like James Bond or Jamie Foxx or Leonardo DiCaprio. These are men that are in society that are not only do they have money and status, but they hold good character. You know, one of the things that young men that watch my channel is because they're starting to move into a new city. They're moving to a major city like Miami, New York, Dallas, Austin, Texas. They're starting to come into money. They're starting to earn 6 and 7 figures a year. And what's starting to happen is they're running into problems that they didn't have back when they were working a job. So this young man is coming in. He's making more money. He has more opportunity. He has an elevated lifestyle, but yet his dating life seems to be falling apart. His friends seem to be holding him back. He seems to be making a lot of money, but he might be blowing it trying to impress other people. You see, these are the challenges that a lot of young men are coming into this phase. And so when I started studying, you know, the likes of people like Kevin Samuels, people like, the Fresh and Fit podcast, I would watch them more for fun. But as I started to watch them, I realized a lot of the stuff that they were talking about was a problem that I was having as a young man. You see, I was earning 7 figures by the time I was 25 years old. And I was wondering, why was it that I couldn't, that I was having difficulty in my dating life? Because I was taught as a young boy, DeAndre, go out there and get some money, become successful, you know, have a lifestyle, especially live in Miami, and you're going to get, you know, you're going to attract a girlfriend. But then I started noticing that I would meet girls and it always felt like something was missing. I couldn't put my finger on it. I started dating some of the most attractive girls. You know, one thing that does happen when you start making more money, let me tell you, you do start attracting more girls. But I would go on dates with these girls and I felt like something was missing. I was working on myself, but yeah, I couldn't connect with certain kinds of girls. And as I started studying this area of high value man and personal development, it wasn't about, you know, understanding women and dating. It was about understanding myself, putting parameters on myself, putting qualifications on myself, holding myself to a higher standard. So whenever I went out on a date with a girl, it wasn't good enough to be hot. Just to be an attractive girl is not good enough anymore. You see, for young men, in today's age, especially the guys that are coming into high value, what we're talking about today's video, or we're going to talk about the 5 traits of a high value man. They don't have standards. Most young men do not have standards. They don't have standards when it comes to their women, when it comes to their dating, when it comes to their friend, when it comes to their savings account. They don't have standards. And so in today's call, let's break down some of those standards. So without further ado, let's hop straight into it. High value traits. So let's go ahead and let's start off with talking about what is a high value man. That's a word that, when I first heard it, I thought it was almost kind of a condescending word. I thought it was a guy that thought he was better than other people, but it really is not that. A high value man is simply a male, an adult male that is of greater importance to the marketplace, or he is more influential in the marketplace. That's the definition of a high value man. What that means in context, it's a man who's valuable not only to in business, but as a person, to his girlfriend or his wife, to his children, to his friends, and he influences other people. It's a man that's visible. It's a man that impacts other people. It's a man that when he gets around other young men, he inspires them. One of my doctors in Miami, his name is Dr. D. Dr. D is a guy I really look up to. He's a guy that holds a lot of these traits that we're going to talk about today, that when you meet a high value man, he inspires you when you're a young man. And if you're a woman, you're highly attracted to this guy because he holds very strong masculine traits. But before we get into, the different traits, I want to preface two things. There's outside traits of a high value man or an influential man, and there's soft traits. I think in today's video, depending on the time, we're just going to cover the hard traits, right? The outside world. Now, not just to say that, okay, just becoming rich or having a lot of money is going to make you a high value man. That's what we talk about, the soft traits, because I know a lot of people that are rich, make a lot of money, but they're shitty people. You don't want to be around them. And then a lot of them live in Miami, right? Just because you're a scammer earning 6 figures a month does not mean you're a high value man. So that's what we're talking about today, because there's soft skills and hard skills. So let's go ahead and let's start off with the hard traits first. Here is number one. Trait number one, hard skill of becoming a high value man. And we can't lie about it. Number one is money. Money, money, money. That is the first trait that you must do as a young man to be on your journey of a high value man. Guys, you got to be over $10,000 a month. I truly believe that in 2022, that if you are not earning $10,000 a month, you're simply not using your mind. There are so many different business opportunities and ways for you to earn money. And by the way, whether you want to do it as an entrepreneur or a business owner, or whether you want to do it at a job, it doesn't matter. But by the time you're coming up into 25, 26, 27, 28 years old, you got to be at $10,000 a month. We can't get aside that. So one of the problems that young men have when they're dating in today's world is that the girls that they're attracted to are not that attracted to them. Well, because there's this thing called female nature. It's called hypergamy. Men and women are built differently biologically, mentally, through evolution. You see, a man, he is more attracted to beauty. That's why he always wants to find a beautiful woman, nurturing, feminine. But a woman is not attracted to on looks at the same degree as a man does. See, a woman is more attracted to a man of who he is, so his character, and most importantly, his resources. What's another word for resources? So back in the day, in the caveman days, resources could be having a home, being able to hunt, having food, being able to protect, having a skill that would make sure that the family could stay together. So in today's age, in 2022, we can just go to the grocery store, right? So men have shifted in what we value as resources. But what we do now value is this thing called money. Money is the new metric that we can actually place that judges a man's value to the marketplace. One thing I learned from Jim Rohn, which was one of my mentors, he said we get paid in the exact proportion to the value we add to the marketplace. So if a man is not earning $10,000 a month, what simply that's being said is that he is not worthy or he is not valuable to the marketplace. Whenever I am struggling financially, whether it was in the past or whatever, I had to come to fruition or come to the conclusion that I simply was not valuable to the marketplace. I was not good at sales. I was not good at my skill set. Now, this is not to say that I wasn't a valuable person, but I wasn't valuable to the marketplace. And so getting to $10,000 a month is the first main priority that any young man under the age of 35 should be doing, is getting to 10,000 a month. And I say 10,000 a month is getting you in the ballpark. We want to start hitting those 10, 20, $30,000 months. So why is it that a woman likes a man that earns money? Other than the fact that, he can provide a nice lifestyle for his woman. Well, a man that earns money is a man that had to be dedicated. It's a man that had to be consistent. It was a man that had to work hard and have ambition in order to get to the six-figure level. So, of course, a woman will be attracted to a young man who's earning 6 and 7 figures. But other than the resource size, she's attracted to the fact that this man is ambitious, that he has goals, that he's out there striving to become a better version of himself. Because remember, like I said, there's hard traits and then there's soft traits. So the hard trait is that, yes, you're earning 6 to 7 figures as a young man under the age of 35. But another soft benefit that comes with that is a woman sees you as a more suitable partner because you are ambitious. Just like you're a young man that loves a beautiful woman, she loves a young man that's ambitious, that has goals, that's purpose-driven, that has a mission. She is attracted to a man that has a mission. That's what we talked about on another episode, that as a young man, you must have a mission and a goal. And it must surpass any relationship. Your goal should come before your girlfriend, come before a woman. You shouldn't be chasing, girls are partying out on a Friday night. Think about this. I'm here on a Friday night with you guys here, working, grinding. I don't care if nobody's watching or whether we have 5,000 people watching. I'm here grinding, staying consistent. I stay consistent along with the purpose, and soon enough, it will come to fruition. And then a year from now, people look back and say, wow, he's so lucky. Oh, I want to live that lifestyle. I want to live like that. But yet they don't want to be in the trenches putting in the work when a man's ambitious, when he has a goal and he's working towards it. And then he puts women, dating, sex, or whatever to the side so he can focus on his purpose. So if you're a young man and you're not earning $10,000 a month, whether it's coming from a high-paying job or whether it's from a business, then you shouldn't be doing partying, dating, or anything like that. Your number one mission as a young man under the age of 35, if you're living in a major city, is getting to $10,000 a month. Not for a girl, not to impress other girls, not to drive a nice car, but for you, so that you can elevate yourself, because money is a resource that will allow you to extend your health, extend your resources, extend your character, and allow you to make more money. You use money to buy back time, which we're going to use later on. We don't want to, as young men, we don't want to have this narrow focus that everything we do is about women and sex. No, let's get focused and let's take that money and let's allow it to make us more money. That was one of the reasons I started this channel, because I blew hundreds of thousands of dollars with women, the pursuit of women, or trying to attract them, or whatever it is. And I said that I was not going to do that again, that I was going to learn from my mistakes and not only learn it, but also help other young men become better versions of themselves in the process. So step number one of a high value man when it comes to the outer traits, right? The hard traits, number one, money. Getting to a minimum of $10,000 per month. All right, let's hop into trait number two of a high value man. Number two is you have that proven performance over length of time. So now that comes to the idea of consistency. Number two is you have to be earning 6 figures for at least 3 to 5 years. So that's why, I even though I have this podcast and I have this YouTube channel, I wouldn't even consider myself a high value man. I'm a young man that's on my purpose of becoming high value, because I've earned multiple 6 figures, not for 5 years, but I'm going up on 3 years now. See, why is it that you have to be earning multiple 6 figures for 3 to 5 years? Because that builds consistency, that you are consistently performing at a high level. You see, as men, we get judged based on our performance. As men, we are judged on our performance, and the world is a lot stronger and will hit you harder as a man. If you're broke, guess what? The world will be easy and quick to say that you're not worthy. Because as a man, you have to gut it up in this world. You have to gut it up. And consistency and ambition is something that's so important when you're on your journey of becoming a high value man. And this is why, we started this channel, because one thing about women is that women are born. They're born with their value. They just simply need to be pretty. And they're born with that. But guess what? It starts to flop. Once you get to about 35, 40 years old, the power shifts. You see, Napoleon Hill says that most men become successful after the age of 40. Well, why is that? Because he said that at the age of 40, it's for the first time that a man learns how to control his sexual desire. Because under the age of 40, he's always pursuing women and dating and sex and partying and anything to do with girls. And so he's literally dispersing his energy across things that are not producing fruits for his benefit. And so as a man, you got to get up off the couch and you got to get to 6 figures a month, 6 figures a year or more, but you got to do it over a consistent period of time, because men, we are based on our performance. Women are valued on their beauty. Women are judged on their beauty. A beautiful girl, as vanity or superficial it is more valuable. Guess what? If you take a 20-year-old boy or man, let's say you take a 22-year-old man and you take a 22-year-old woman that's beautiful, that woman will always trump the value of the man. If they're the same age in the same city, that woman has way more opportunities than that young man that's at the same age. Why is that? Because remember, women are judged superficially on their beauty. A more beautiful woman in Miami will have more opportunities than a young 22-year-old man. But okay, so we can't focus on that. So right now, if you're having problems dating and you're not getting the quality girls that you want, or the girls are not looking at you as a young man, this is why. Because girls will always look at a guy that's doing better than them. It's called hypergamy. Women always look up to a man or always desire a man that can bring them up in status and resources and money and in lifestyle. That's part of female nature. You can't fight it. Don't fight it. If you're a young man right now and you're in the dating world, you're 25 years old and you're trying to get on dates and it's not working for you and girls are leaving you on red, don't worry about that. That's what's supposed to happen, because that girl that's the same age as you, she's looking at the guys that are at the upper end of the high value, what we're talking about. The guys that are 35, 40, established, have money saved, worked on themselves, have been consistent. So what you do is don't chase the girl in this phase. Don't chase going out with other girls. Don't chase that. Chase your purpose. Chase being consistent. Chase performance. Chase doing something that becomes valuable, that you start to plant the seeds now as a young man, so that later on in life, you become more valuable. And now you're 35 years old. And now those women that are 25 years old are looking at you as a high value man. Don't try to fight the system. Be part of it by becoming more valuable. Work on yourself. Focus on yourself. Work on your performance. One thing, if you want to skew the balances of a beautiful girl, which is totally fine. We're not going to focus on her. What we're going to focus on is you. If you want to skew the value in your way, become successful. Become a man that is successful. Become a man that holds these 5 traits that we're talking about here: having money, being consistent, and a couple other things we're going to talk about. Because at that point, a 25-year-old man who is successful has more value to add than just a simply beautiful 25-year-old woman on the outside world. Don't try to compete with female nature. Work on yourself as a young man and become successful, and do it consistently, and focus on your performance of your body, performance of your finances. Be good at what you do. Find a skill set and get good at it, and stick it out and stick it out for 3 to 5 years, and start to build consistent patterns of success for you. Yes, yes, yes. So that's number 2. Let's talk about number 3, the third trait of a high value man. If you haven't yet, hit that like button if you're watching from YouTube. I would love it. Also, hit that subscribe button. Show the boys some love. Let's grow. Let's get better. So let's hop into number 3. Number 3 is group acceptance of other high-value men. So a high-value man, we'll repeat it one more time, is a man that's influential in the marketplace. And one tall tale sign of a high-value man is that your friend group is also high value. And this is why I started this channel, because one of the problems that I started to run into when I started earning more money is that I earned more money than my friends. If you're a young man and you're earning more money than your friends, we can love on those friends, but it's time to find a new group. Birds of a feather flock together. And one thing is that one of the mistakes that I made when I started earning multiple 6 figures was that I like I said, nothing wrong with my friends. I love them. I still talk to them, but I would associate and hang out with the friends where I was earning more money than them. And what's the issue with this is that my friends were thinking and doing things at a certain level that were not doing and that were not congruent to my lifestyle and the lifestyle that I wanted. You see, I have friends that earn, close to $30 million a year. Their thinking, their lifestyle, and their habits are way different than my friends that are earning less than $50,000 a year. And birds of a feather flock together. So if your friend group is not what we would consider high value, then you, my friend, are not high value. And this is one thing about the world as a young man. The world will always keep you accountable. The world will always keep you accountable as a young man, and it will be quick to get you found out. If you're broke and unattractive, guess what? Women are not going to like you. Certain guys are not going to want to hang out with you. If you're a liar, a cheater, not a good person, a good character, people are not going to want to hang out with you. You see, the world is quick to judge you as a young man, because as a young man, what is your value to this world? Performance. Performance. How good are you at what you do? And so if you look at your friend group as a young man and you're earning 6 to 7 figures, but your friends are not, then that's a tall tale sign that you need to, one, level up your skill set so that you become valuable to other successful men and they see you as a peer, right? So, or you need to stop hanging out with that group. And if you have to hang out with yourself for a little bit on a Friday night, so be it. It is so important. It is better to hang out by yourself than to hang out with friends that are not serving you. Even if you love them, even if they were there for you for all that time, you can still love up on them, call them once a week or once every couple of weeks, hang out with them once a month. I'm not saying to ditch your friends, but what I'm saying is whatever friends you're hanging out with, make sure they have the same thinking, lifestyle, values, and belief that you are at or that you want to become. One of the things that I like to do is I love to hang out with friends that are above my level because they stretch my thinking. They stretch my thinking. When we go out and we spend, $2,000 on a dinner, that stretches my thinking. I could have never. That's some people's rent, and we spend that on dinner. But these people, these friends of mine, they earn so much money that they don't care. Their lifestyle is so elevated. And I'm like, dang, that's what it feels like to earn that much money and not care about spending $2,000 on a random dinner on a Friday night. You're thinking. And not only that, it's you want to get around and associate with those people because guess what? They see you as your peer, as their peer. You can meet other high-value men through them. Some of the closest friends that I have now, I met through other friends of mine that are also successful in Miami. And what you want to do is you want to have a group of other men that see you as their peer. That's a tall tale sign that you're on your way to becoming a high-value man. So let's talk about number 4. Number 4, traits of a high-value man. These are hard traits we're covering right now. We're not talking about the soft traits that are like emotional, spiritual, mental. We're talking about the outside. On the next call, we'll talk about the inside, because if you don't have the inside, you'll never get the outside. And just simply having all 6 of these, traits right here, but not having the inside, you'll still won't be a high-value man if you don't possess the inner soft traits that we'll talk about in episode 15. But number 4, network. As a high-value man, you must have a network. That ties in to having resources. Have you ever thought about why a woman loves a man that has a lot of friends, that have a lot of friends that owe them favors, that knows a lot of people, that has a lot of friends, that's very sociable, that has a lot of status? Why? Because a man that has a lot of friends or a big network is a man that has resources, and a woman loves a man and desires a man that has resources. Just as you, as a man, you love a beautiful woman for whatever traits you like, whatever you like in that woman. She likes in you having a network or having status, because a man that has status means a man that has resources. A man that has resources is a man that could take care of her, that could elevate her lifestyle, and most importantly, help her raise a family. We're talking at a biological level here. So when you have a network, basically what that's saying to the woman is that you have done the other traits, right? You have earned yourself money, you have a good friend group, but most importantly, that you have people that owe you favors, or you have good character with, or good vibes with, that if you ever are in a tough situation or need help, or if she needs help in anything, she can count on you, or you can count on yourself being able to use that network. So when it comes to your network, which is step number 4 here, there's 2 types of networks that you need and that you want. Step number 1 is, and most importantly, is you want a network of other high value men. You want to have in your pocket and good communication and good friendship with politicians in your city, with major influencers in your niche. If you're a YouTuber and you're in a certain niche, let's just say you're in the niche of money or dating, befriend the other young men that are also in your niche and in your space and in your city. Become known in your city. Become known for not a bad thing, but for good things, for doing good for other people. And what will happen is over time, you'll be able to network and elevate your network group, which will elevate your perceived value of resources. Well, how is it, you might ask, that you build your network, become valuable? This goes back to step 1, 2, and 3. Become valuable as a man. If you're a man and you're not earning $10,000 a month, you, in the eyes of God, you're very valuable. But when it comes to the marketplace, you're not very valuable, bro. $10,000 a month should be the minimum of your goal in 2022. And so when you are valuable, you have a certain skill set. Let's just say you're really good at crypto. You got really good at crypto. Let's just say you have a 6 or 7 figure net worth when it comes to crypto or crypto trading. Let's just say you're really good at dating. You're really good at with women. Let's just say you're really good at business or taxes or accounting, right? You're really good at something. What will happen is you have a skill set that is valuable to not only to other high value men, but to people. And when you get to that 6-figure level, that is an indicator or a marker saying that you're valuable. And so when you become valuable, other high value men will also want to have you in their network. Become very good at solving one problem. And that's what my goal here is with this podcast and this YouTube channel. I got to start from the ground up. Teaching men how to become better versions of themselves every single day, from the conscious level, from the subconscious level. I got to teach them, but guess what? I got to build a track record. I got to put out the content. I got to show up to the stadium before anybody's there. That's why it doesn't matter how many people are going to watch me now, because I got to show up and build that track record. And as I build that track record, I will build my network. Other men will reach out to me. I will connect with other men, high value men, and also I'll be a resource to solve problems for other people. Therefore, my network will grow as a young man, which will elevate my status and my ability to have resources and become more attractive, not only to women, not only to friends, but more attractive to myself. Does that make sense? Perfect. All right. So let's move on to number 5, high value man trait. Sheesh. Man, we're rocking and rolling here. Let's go ahead and subscribe to the show. Hit that like button. We are rocking and rolling. Guys, I'm here for free on a Friday night. I know a lot of the people, they watch my show on the recording, but I super appreciate you that hop on live and leave comments below. I really do appreciate your support. It's really important to support your friends, not just saying me, but even for other people. If you see somebody out there being consistent, support them. Drop a like. Drop a comment on that comment on that person's content. All right, let's move into the next one. High value man trait number 5: visibility. Visibility. Position and income are easily understood. So, as a high value man, and the way in which we've defined it is a social activity. It's a social trait. If you notice, all the stuff that I'm talking about in this high value man, have these high value man traits on this outer hard skills, is very social. So if you're a successful man, but nobody knows who you are, you wouldn't qualify as a high value man because you must be visible. Step number 5, as a young man, you must be visible. You must be visible. What does that mean? You must build your personal brand. You must be putting out content and building a infrastructure for yourself where people can find you, where people know who you are, and so that at one day, by the time you're 30, 35, 40 years old, your status or your impact walks in the room before you do. Think about a Tony Robbins or Bob Proctor. Their reputation precedes them. Why? Their content. They're visible. And as a young man under the age of 35, living in a major city, you're starting to earn 6 figures. You're working on your network group. You're getting better with women. You're getting better with money. You're getting better with your friends. You must get better at visibility. And that could take some time. That could take some time. And when you first start, there's a high chance nobody will give a shit. Nobody gives a shit when you're starting, because as a young man, like I said, you get valued based on your performance. There's people right now coming in out of my lives on Instagram and in and out of the live here. They don't really give a shit, but guess what? I don't care. I am here to perform, and most people that are gonna watch this are gonna be watching the recording. But guess what? We stick this out 3 months from now, every single day, getting better every day. And then your video goes viral. Now you have 100,000 subscribers. You're earning multiple 7 figures a year. And people look back and said, oh, I remember when he was doing those lives. I've seen him before. Or, oh, I remember when they were doing that, but they didn't support back then. But guess what? As a man, you have to stick out your vision. Stick it out, whether people are showing up or not. Hold that vision strong. Hold it in the forefront of your mind. Stay consistent. Perform higher, and allow yourself for the resources to come into fruition. So being visible means putting out content, means building your social media brand. I highly recommend focusing on one platform at a time. For me, right now, it's completely on YouTube. I'm live streaming. I'm live streaming to Facebook. I'm live streaming, here on YouTube, or sorry, Instagram, but I'm not even looking at my phone. It's kind of a side thing here. More like promotion for people to watch my show here. But I am putting my content on YouTube. YouTube is where I have my podcast. I've been posting daily content now for coming up on a month. I'm learning about thumbnails and titles and how to become really good at YouTube. I'm working on becoming more visible on my YouTube channel. As a man, to become a high value man, you must be visible, have a social media presence along with a personal image. That's another trait we'll talk about, but you gotta you gotta be visible in the marketplace. And the 6th and final step to becoming a high value man is this: utility. Utility. That is the 6th step that you need to become a high value man. Well, what does utility mean? You're useful to your mastermind group and to others. As a man, you are judged on your performance and your usefulness to the marketplace. I'll repeat that one more time. As a young man, or actually as a man in general, you are judged on your performance and usefulness to the marketplace. Just as a woman is based on her beauty, a very beautiful woman has many, many opportunities in today's day and age, especially on Instagram and social media. You cannot outperform a woman's beauty. As a man, you can't outperform a woman's beauty. So stop trying to compete. Stop trying to compare. Stop trying to look at her likes and her comments and her followers, comparing yourself. That's not your arena. Put your energy in your arena, which is what? Your utility, your usefulness, and your performance, becoming successful. So number 6 is you want to be useful. As a man, I want to be used. I want to be used as a vessel to help people solve their problem. As I get better at articulating my message, as I get better at solving more problems, as I get better at saving my money, investing my money, growing this channel, as I get better with these things, what happens is I become more useful. I service more people. I solve more problems. And that means I am useful as a man. My utility goes up. My value goes up. And if I'm useful, that means I'm solving problems. That means I'm going to make more money. This is how you want to think as a young man. This is how you want to think. You want to be used. Become so good at a skill set. If you're good at coding, become the best coder. If you're good at crypto investing and crypto mining, become the best crypto miner in your city and in your industry. Get visible with it and become useful. Solve the problems of your fellow mastermind groups, so other high-value men and other people. Because the more problems that you solve, the more useful you become, the more money that you get. And it's this self-perpetuating cycle. Self-perpetuating cycle. Get good at a skill. Get good at marketing yourself. Get good at becoming visible. And get good at becoming useful and being able to articulate and communicate your usefulness. That way people can purchase your service or product or hire you if you're really good at a job skill. And what this will do is this will raise up your value so that when you start to play in the young man's playground of New York, Miami, Dallas, Los Angeles, San Diego, Houston, Texas, in these big major cities, you're no longer fighting to get on dates. You're no longer getting flaked on. You're no longer a second-class citizen as a young man. You're a man that's out there that's performing, that's useful. And a useful man is a man that will always have resources, that will never be shy of money, and that will always have an opportunity to better himself and to better those around him. So guys, in conclusion, that was the 6 hard traits, right? The outer traits of a high-value man. On episode 15, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the high-value man's traits on the soft skill. Because you can have all of this stuff here, but still not be confident. There are men that might have all 6 of these traits. They might be, they're earning 6 figures. They've been doing it for multiple years now, 5 years. They have other high-value men. They have a network. They're visible. They have utility, but yet they have no confidence with women. They have no confidence with themselves. They feel a little lost. They're unhappy. I know people that are earning 7 figures that are not happy. They're not good with girls. That's why I said that a high-value man is not just earning a lot of money. That's literally 1 out of 6 steps. It's the first one, the most important, but it's not everything. Just because you earn 6 figures does not mean you'll be a high-value man. You must possess the other traits, but then also you must possess the soft traits. The soft traits are the one that will allow you to manifest the outer traits. So without further ado, guys, thank you so much for joining me live or watching the recording of the Saxton Show. My name is DeAndre Saxton, and my mission is to develop young men into high-value men. Men that are impeccable with their character, their integrity, when it comes to their wealth, when it comes to relationship with women, control, and being able to understand their sexual desire and transmute it, and also improve their friend group and build confident young men that are leading the world, that are leading themselves, that are leading the women of their life, leading their family, and becoming the best versions of themselves every single day. This is your man, DeAndre Saxton, signing out. I'll see you on Tuesday for episode 15 of The Saxton Show. We'll be talking about the high value man traits, soft skills. Take care, guys.